Good afternoon. Aren't some of you glad I had nothing to do this summer but read? These are not bedtime stories. These are afternoon at 5:29 stories. Wait. I don't know if this light makes any difference to you, but it does to me. It makes my hair look whiter. Well, you have 7 more chapters to go. And I might have saved the best for last. I know when I'm done with chapter 24, I'm going to reread the entire table of contents. So you will perhaps grasp the depth and the magnitude to what you have heard, what you have followed me with, what you have gone back on Facebook to read. As some of you don't go on every day, you'd have to be out of your mind to find that much time. I have time, and I even have a hard time finding me to read every day. But in general, I'm going to read the table of contents back to you at the very end as a session. Then I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to reread my book. Hello, Richard and Lisa. Oh, a few people. I'm going to reread my book, and I'm going to go into more depth and teach a little more motivational teaching without having to get on a pulpit or a podium or any of the other things that people need to do to speak to people. No, I'm going to stick to what works, my phone. So, I want to say with that, I'm going to get right into this reading because this one, now some of you have left what I would like to say is the party before the surprise guests showed up. Some of you have definitely come on slower, or you have not been as diligent as you were with my book, or some of the other issues. Some of the descriptions are what's grabbing you more than the others. That's the reality. The breast cancer one got everybody. I mean, some of these issues won't pertain to you, so you might skim over them until you have time. But for some of you, you really did leave the party before the guests arrived, the surprise guests, at which point chapter 18 through 24. Don't stop. Find the time. You're going to be learning a whole lot more about the people I met and the wonderful experiences and the incredible book that came out of all this. Update. Everything is loaded. I am done. Every chapter is on Facebook and YouTube and my website, susanmintz.com. The health department article about me buying battery-operated toothbrushes for HIV-positive dental pain, that's uploaded onto my website. That's got the article and me speaking about the article. Everything is on everything. You can't miss anything. Facebook, the website, HIV Oral Care, and YouTube. That's it. Now I have to go into this. But to read this properly, I must put my glasses on. And I'm not joking. This is the first time it's ever happened to me in my entire life. Chapter 18 in this phenomenal book, which every one of you should get and give to somebody. A woman converted to Catholicism at the care center and said that until her last breath, it was never too late to make something good happen. And the little Jewish Christian woman here witnessed a conversion at the care center one night. Yes, these stories are for everybody. My book is for everybody. Everything I'm telling you is for everybody, because I don't write about things that aren't important. That's my story. I only write about stuff that you may need one day. And you're going to remember the lady had nothing else to do this summer, but God told her to read her books. She's going to read them all summer long. I am until autumn. And then I might do something else on here. I'm having such a good time. Chapter 18. Vicki, I'm reading. Bye. That's it. Talk about reality TV. This is reality phone. She'll probably call me again, but she's on. She's going to feel real bad. Let's start again. This is reality. She's going to feel real bad, and I'm going to make her feel worse because she's known for a long time. Chapter 18. A woman converted to Catholicism at the care center and said that until her last breath, it was never too late to make something good happen. This one will bring you all back. Quote, you never put anything off, but you put off knowing about your life. This is Jeffrey, end quote. He never put anything off, except he put off knowing about his life. November 1999. Dear Jeff, we were having dinner one evening when the subject of paying the bills and balancing the checkbook came up. You know how you hated doing this, and your procrastination always got me upset. I started yelling trite little expressions that you like. Never put off tomorrow what you can do today. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. A penny saved is a penny earned. Life is a gift and today is a present. You politely excused yourself from the table and walked away. I stormed around the kitchen and later apologized. I hadn't thought about that evening until yesterday, when I met a family at the care center who addressed the issue of time and the importance of it. They helped me to appreciate you even more because you always had your priorities straight. You knew what the most important things in life were. You never failed to do the things that really mattered. Though they seemed so at the time, as I look back now, it was not important that you put off doing chores like taking out the trash, putting your clothes away, bathing the dog, doing yard work, and yes, reading anything other than menus and travel brochures. He was so cool. I loved him. I still do. You always got everything done on time, but you did them when you were ready to. Here's it. I could get furious at anything. Though they seemed to the time, and I look back now, it was not important that you put off, here's the divorces, taking out the trash, putting your clothes away, bathing the dog, doing yard work, and yes, reading anything other than menus and travel brochures. Perhaps some divorcees out there might be thinking, ooh, maybe I was a little bit too rough at him. You always did everything right on time, but you were only ready to do them when you were ready to do them, and nothing I could say, no. I'm sorry that I put so much pressure on you to live your life according to my schedule and my time frame. When it came to the important, quote, issue things, end quote, you handled them immediately, and you never complained or avoided the responsibility they involved. You never put off loving your parents, oh God, and cherish any opportunity to get together with them. You never put off giving your clients and your career the very best you could. You never put off your friends when they needed you. You never put off remembering special occasions or celebrating joyous events. Boy, I went deep on this one. I wasn't prepared. You never put off anything that gave you quality to your life. You never put off having fun. You never put off dining out, going to the movies, the theater, the ballet, and traveling. And you never put off loving me. And he did. I know that my obsessive, compulsive personality made it difficult for you, but it was you who taught me to live life to the fullest. Enjoy the present and trust that tomorrow would take care of itself. Let me do this again. What was important to him? His parents? His clients? my life, my birthdays. He never put off loving me. Ooh, deep, huh? The little things like taking out the trash, not important. Did it when he wanted to. Hi, David. So, in other words, to sum this up, I was very rough on him. Because I wanted things done, and still do. I want them when I want them. Doesn't work that way in life. When you're in a relationship, you have to do for both of you. That's why so many relationships fail. You don't compromise. You don't look where the other person's coming from. I was rough on him. Go back, please, and listen to this chapter again. But I have to get into this woman's story. Powerful. So I put a lot of pressure on my husband, whose personality was the opposite of mine, except we had fun and freedom in common. The issue would be I wanted things done when I wanted them done, and he would do things when he was ready to do them. I'd get upset, scream, yell, and carry on, and he, cool. Except when I threw a dish at him or something else, or slammed the doors, or got violent. I mean, I never hit him, but I was a mouth that never stopped. And he'd just have to walk out because I would be screaming. This story is about a woman who put off doing something that she wanted to do for 30 years. She waited until the time was right for her to do it, and more importantly, when it mattered the most to her. Yep. This is an incredible story about a courageous woman, and just another reason why the Hospice Care Center in Boca, the hospice was Hospice by the Sea, not Trustbridge. These are from Boca. This is another reason why the Hospice Care Center was a vital resource for healing, love, and hope. As I entered the room, several people were holding hands across the bed. A beautiful ruby red crucifix lay neatly across the patient's chest. It glistened against her fair skin and the pale pink hospital gown. I assumed she was the mother. A younger woman was sitting on the right side of the bed, and an older man was seated on the left. They were leaning over the bed, each one holding the woman's hands. It looked like a bridge of love connected by their touch. They were leaning over the bed, holding the woman's hands. It looked like a bridge of love connected by their touch. I said, "Hello, my name is Susan, a volunteer. I didn't mean to disturb you. May I get you anything?" "No," they said in unison. "We are fine." And I said, "Your cross is magnificent." The woman smiled and said, the woman in the bed, the hospice patient, smiled and said, "The cross is a gift from my daughter. I did something very special today." Oh well, I think they're a little dark in here. "The cross is a gift for my daughter. I did something very special today. Would you like to know what I did?" "Absolutely," I responded. The daughter said, "My mom converted to Catholicism at the center today. She finally did the deed." The daughter got very emotional and started to cry. The husband said, "We're all together now, in body, spirit, and in faith." The man started to cry. The mother fell apart, and I grabbed the box of tissues and joined in. Can you imagine? 30 years she waited, but it was the right time then for her to do it. Wait, this is bothering me. Well, I don't know why the light's not working. That's just the way it is. The woman squeezed their hands a little harder. She said, "It took me 30 years to finally make this decision. I was raised a Lutheran, My husband was brought up a Roman Catholic, and that's the way we raised our daughter. She became a Eucharist minister with her church 5 years ago. Here we go. She said, "It took me 30 years to make the decision to convert to Catholicism." She was raised as a Lutheran. Her husband was brought up Roman Catholic, and that's the way we raised their daughter. She became a Eucharist minister with her church 5 years ago. My 3 grandchildren are Catholic. My daughter and husband wanted me to convert, but they never pressured me. They wanted it to be my own choice. 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. I spent all my time going to doctors, having treatments, and dealing with an illness that continued to get worse. The time went by so quickly. It wasn't until I came into the center that I realized I didn't have very much time left. Facing my death was all the incentive I needed to finally finish up that unfinished business. My daughter flew here and contacted a friend who was a local priest. They rushed the paperwork through, and now I am a full-bodied Roman Catholic. I know that my conversion made my daughter and husband happy, but I had to do this for myself. We are a family complete in every sense of the word. I am glad that I still had the time left. It really is never too late for some things. I said, it's an honor for hospice to have been able to share this wonderful experience with you. Congratulations on your completion of an incredible journey. I mean, these stories are so powerful. If they're and when they are made into a series, streaming somewhere, you will binge watch until your eyeballs get dry and you have no tears. You'll have Kleenex and real tears and artificial tears, and you will not believe, you will not give up. Someone's going to get me that series with these stories, and I promise you, you better stock up on Kleenex and artificial tears for your eyeballs. The daughter said that she wanted to get a cup of coffee. I asked her if I could go with her. As we were walking, she said, "I'm not questioning my belief in God or the power of my faith, but why did this have to happen? This is my mother, and she is too young to die. What good could really come out of something so terribly wrong? It's not right, and it doesn't make any sense." I said, "Your mother converted to Catholicism after 30 years. That is something good." The daughter's eyes welled up with tears. She said, "I know that in my heart, but it's too painful to think about losing her. I only feel her pain and see her suffering. I know in time I will appreciate this experience that the 3 of us have shared. Yes, we completed a 30-year journey while we still had the time to make something good happen. We said good night. As she walked away, she said, I am very thankful for the precious gift of time." Wait, I'm fussing with this page, so I want to make sure I have it. Here we go. She said as she walked away, "I am very thankful for the precious gift of time." Every one of you, the precious gift of time. Tomorrow is not promised, but you could certainly hope for a better one all the time. On the way home, I thought about the experience I had shared with this family. What had the most impact on me was the fact that this woman was true to herself. I keep saying that all the time to you. Don't get pressured by anybody. Don't do something when you've got to do certain things in your life when they are ready for you to appreciate them and when you're ready to commit to them. As you get older, you'll realize this even more. Younger people may not understand that. But as you get older, I can promise you, you will respect time and you will respect what you have to do when you have to do it. The fact that this woman was true to herself, she converted when she was ready to, and even though her conversion brought comfort and joy to her family, she had to do it when the timing was right for her. She was fortunate to still have the time to be able to share this experience with her family. Therefore, it is never too late to complete something you've been postponing or avoided doing. Write. Write your book, write your journal, write your story, write a sentence. It is never too late to take a chance and risk it all to find the fulfillment of a lifetime. That's what my stories are about. I'm going to be fulfilling the journey of a lifetime with my book, Committed to Love, and my story with my husband. And I am going to be fulfilling a commitment God told me to do in reading these books. Wow. Therefore, it's never too late to complete something you've been postponing or avoided doing. It's never too late to take a chance and risk it all to find something fulfilling of a lifetime. And it's never too late to make a dream come true. What else do we have but our dreams? Pray for those that have no dreams. It's never too late to find inner peace. It's never too late to make someone happy or to be true to yourself. And it's never too late to find that inner peace. However, it is too late to do all the things. And do you know when it is? Here it is. However, it is too late to do all those things. And do you know when it is? It is too late after you have taken your last breath. When the dying process is complete, it is too late. Until that final moment of life, there is still time to make a change, fulfill a dream, or complete some unfinished business. That word complete comes into almost every chapter I've read, whether it was my book or this book. We have all delayed, postponed, or shelved, quote, shelved, end quote, something that wasn't important. And there's absolutely nothing wrong in putting some things off. There's always seems to be so much time ahead of us. It's easy to think that our personal book of life will be open forever and that our pages are endless. It's natural to say, I'll do it later. I have no time for this now. It's not convenient, and I have other more important matters to deal with. I'll get to it eventually, and there's always tomorrow. Boy, is that a statement that doesn't work in today's world especially. However, we all know that in our heart of hearts one day we will run out of tomorrows. But there's no law that says everything has to be done on schedule. Priorities change according to the times, the needs of the person, and the different stages in their life. When you first thought about doing something, perhaps it didn't matter as much as it might in the future. The same issue later on might become more significant, meaningful, or even necessary. If you knew in advance how many days you had left, here we go, would you conduct your life differently? Every one of you would say yes. Every one of you would say yes. If you knew in advance how many days you had left, would you conduct your life differently? What would your priorities be? What would you do if the issue was important to someone else? Does putting something off matter any more or less when it involves someone that you love? What happens when your choices and decisions not only affect your life, but the lives of your loved ones? How much can you compromise when it involves the people that you care about the most? Is it more important to please others rather than to please yourself? If what you do isn't for the right reasons, might you feel guilty or angry afterwards? These are a few of the questions you might have to ask yourself before making an important decision now or in the future. Since you don't know how long you have, it is important to understand that the choices you make today will affect your tomorrows. However, what is most important is for you to be the one to determine when the timing is right for you to do what you want to and have to do. You must be true to yourself and have the peace of mind when you make those important decisions. Looking back now, reflecting back almost 30 years, the little things that seemed so important were not. Even now I look back and the things, they're not important. It didn't matter who took out the trash as long as it got done. It didn't matter who did the laundry as long as our clothes were clean. What did matter was the quality of our life and the way we lived it. You once said to me, Susan, sometimes life doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't have to. Why do you have to question adversity? Why not accept and learn from it? Remember that something good always comes out of something terrible. It just may happen at another time. It may take a while before you understand why something happened the way it did, because things aren't always the way they seem. One day, what was unclear might become obvious. So said the psychologist I was married to for 25 years. He was so smart about living, and never put off the important things in life. We completed almost everything we had to do before your death, and we tied up our loose ends. We felt completion in life well lived, and a love worth investing in. I am glad, hear me people, hear me. I am glad that we never put off the one most important thing. We never put off saying, I love you. I'll say so for a little while. I love you, Susan. Oh, wait. I'm not going to slobber during my last 2 minutes of reading. Yes. I never knew a day with Jeff that he didn't tell me he loved me. I don't think he probably told me 6 times every day how much he loved me, and I told him. It might not have been a love for someone else, but it was mine. This marriage was mine. This life was mine and is mine. What I read to you is my stories. My stories that you just might benefit from one day. But I know I lived my life. I know according to the plan God has for me and had for me. Never a day went by that I didn't say I loved him, and he knew it. And until the very end, he trusted me with his life. So I say to all of you, if you have no one in your life to say you love, to say I love you, you know what? That's sad. You go find someone and you just say, I just want to tell you I love you. You might save their life. So, what a story. A conversion to Catholicism as she was passing. You have 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. You have 6 more chapters. And when I tell you, don't give up before they're done, I say some of the best for last. I thank you all so much. That one just got me a little emotional because, what did I say? Wait, let me do it again. Maybe I can cry some more. That's how I lighten things up. Oh, we felt completion in life and lived and a love worth investing in. I am glad that we never put off the one most important thing. We never put off saying, I love you. See, sometimes you've got to lighten it up a little bit. And that's what I am good at. But you can imagine what these stories are going to do to people. Oh, goodness gracious. So, I am going to say, what a wonderful half hour. this was. Thank you all so much. And I'll see you tomorrow night, 5:30. Shalom, hello. Shalom, goodbye. And shalom, peace. The other thing is, if you have nothing good to say to someone, then shut your mouth. I hear so much static. People static. No. If you have nothing good to say, shut your mouth. I will say God bless you all. I thank you for your support, your comment tomorrow for another incredible story. What's this one? Wait. Oh, boy, some of you could, this one you'll relate to. God bless you. Let me hit finish. Ooh, that's a close-up. Wait.